Today I will be ranking every anime I have seen so far as an anime noob. I've been told by my close friends and family that my opinion is sometimes retarded, so please go easy on me.
Have mercy!
Caro lives alone. When I first looked at this show, I thought it was going to be a pretty average show, but since it was only 10 episodes long, it wasn't that deep, even if it sucked. However, I am very pleased to say that this show slapped. I absolutely loved this show. It was hella heartwarming, emotional, it had me tearing up but smiling at the same time, one of those ones. All the characters in the show were elite, I loved all the different dynamics between them. It was cool learning about Japanese culture, especially bathhouses. I learned a lot about bathhouses from this show. There was a lovely message in this show, and the last episode hit especially deep, with a twist which I didn't even see coming. I don't think the show did enough to be top tier, but I'm gonna put it in very good. Highly recommend it. Next up we have Vinland Saga. Wow, what a show. I could glaze this show for 30 minutes straight, but let me be constructive and do some analysis. Season 1 is more action centered, Season 2 is more deep and philosophical. Season 1 in my opinion is Ashkelad's show. This dude with a goatee is one of the best fictional characters I have ever seen. His story, his complexity, his arc, oof, this photo makes me feel a certain kind of way. Season 2 is all about Thorfinn. Him fighting his inner demons, trying to be a better person, etc. mixed in with fighting. Every single episode in Season 2 just had me locked in like this. Thorfinn's arc in this season is absolute perfection. Mwah. I honestly can't glaze this show enough, so I'll just leave you with this to summarize my opinion on this show.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Also, unpopular opinion, but Paradox is slightly better than Makanjo opening. Please don't hurt me. This show does deserve to be top tier. It is one of the best shows I have ever seen. Truly a life-changing show. Next up we have Attack on Titans. Now there are two types of people in this world. People who think AOT is overrated, and people who ride AOT like crazy, you know, like yeehaw. Can you guess which one of these people I am? Let me help you. Just take a look at this picture. This is my AOT hoodie. I wear this bad boy to the gym, to grocery shopping. I let the world know how bloody goated this show is by wearing this in public. I am a dedicated AOT rider, no pause. This show is genuinely one of my favourite shows. I will confess, I probably have a soft spot for this show because it was my first ever anime. But still, this show's plot, storyline, characters are all just beautiful. The plot itself is one of the best I have ever seen. But the characters in the show, my days, they are probably my favourite part. Erwin, that's my leader. Levi, that's my short king. Armin, C, Mikasa, yeah, and Eren, my genocidal goat. That is a bit mad to say. He's a complicated guy, right? I'm joking, I don't condone what he did, but we'll move past that. I'll quickly sum up also what I think of the soundtrack as well. So yeah, taking all that into consideration, for me this show is easily in my top tier as well. Vinland is higher rated than AOT, however AOT is still top tier baby. Berserk. This was the 1997 one that I'd watched, and this is a very beloved anime, but I'm just going to rip the bandage off. I did not like Berserk. I found it personally very boring. The last episode was cool, yeah, it was pretty cool, apart from the rape, obviously. Guts and Griffith were a interesting dynamic, until obviously Griffith made Guts a cuck involuntarily. But yeah, I was usually falling asleep watching this show. It was pretty mid for me. I heard the manga goes crazy, something to do with a horse, not sure on the details. But yeah, if there was more Berserk anime that continued the story, I might have enjoyed it a bit more. So I was about to put this in bad, but I'm actually going to move it to mid because of the intro song. What a bloody banger, that intro song goes so hard. Alright, Spy X Family, I'm going to keep this one a bit brief. I generally liked Spy X Family. I've not seen season 2 yet, but season 1 was pretty cool. It wasn't anything special, but it was just a calm show to watch, to pass time. So I'm going to stick it in mid. Hunter x Hunter. Oh god, okay, here we go. I know I'm going to get crucified, burnt at the stake for saying this, but I'm just going to say it. Hunter x Hunter ass. Basically, let me explain myself, alright? I actually liked the first arc, the training arc. I actually really liked that arc, right? The Zoldyck family arc was decent. The Heaven's Arena arc, it was alright. The York New arc, I was starting to get really bored of the show at this point. Greed Island, generally that arc kind of sucked, except the end of it. I liked that volleyball match at the end. And then the arc my friends told me was peak of the peak was gonna blow my tiny mind out the water. Well, that's not a saying. The entire reason I watched this show was for the Chimera arc. And all I can say is, I have never watched a piece of fiction as boring as this. I know, I am one of maybe 1 in a trillion people that have this opinion, but hey, I'm an opinionated guy. I gave in to peer pressure. I forced myself to watch this entire arc, even though I was not enjoying it one bit. So yeah, I am putting Hunter x Hunter in bad. I'm very sorry, but I did not like this show one bit. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Now, I've only seen seasons 1 to 3 of JoJo. I did start season 4, but I didn't finish it for reasons I'll mention in a bit. Parts 1 and 2 I actually really enjoyed, specifically part 2. The one with the Nazi in it, alright? I loved that part. And the part after that, Stardust Crusaders, was overall, I think it was mid. The main characters carried that season for me. I loved the chemistry of the group. However, this season was low-key a drag. It felt like copy and paste across most of the episodes, and each episode just had like a different stand to fight. Big up Iggy though, goated character. The one thing I really liked about JoJo was Dio. This guy is one of the biggest haters I have ever seen. He has no reason to be such a hater, but he is, and I have to respect it. Hating for the sake of hating. Apparently my friend said that Dio turns homosexual in a later season, or like he's in bed with another dude. I don't know exactly, but that's kind of funny if it's true. Dio takes it up. Anyways, my favourite character was Jotaro because he's awesome and buff and just awesome. And then when I began season 4, and this is what he's become, why is my goat malnourished? This issue, coupled with the fact that I just found the story in season 4 kind of boring, is why I dropped it after the first couple episodes. Apparently season 5 is lit, so I might have to watch that in the future. But yeah, for me, JoJo is going in average. Ippo. Ippo is one of my favourite animes I've seen as well. Such a goated show. Another life-changing show. An inspirational, motivational, feel-good show. My favourite part of this show is the humour. Lots of willy jokes, just the way I like it. Pause. But now, the jokes in the show are like what I grew up with. Obviously, those jokes can't run now. But yeah, I loved that part of the show. The characters in the show are all very goated as well. Every single one of them. Takamura, probably my favourite, but to be honest, they are all so well written. I love all of them. The fight sequences in this show just get better and better every time as well. I will say the only negative I have with this show is it starts losing a bit of its charm as the animation gets better and better in my opinion. I kind of preferred the early animation style, but that's alright. I still really love this show. Also, some of the best outro and intro songs I have heard, and because of these reasons, Ippo is also going in the goated top tier. Big up Ippo.